of batteries. So
my name's Olivia, and I am free.
hello everyone. So today I am doing a medical delivery unboxing, and I am not really sure what I was supposed to receive because while I was at my group, this was the other night. When I was at group, I got a phone call from my dad saying that my pharmacy infusion delivery was here and that they needed my pump, which I'm not really sure what that was about because that's how I do my infusions. Not sure if you can hear right now, but I'm doing one right now. So I'm not sure what that's about. I did read the delivery ticket, but it's not really making a lot of sense to me. So like, it's saying that there's a curling pump, so I'm not sure if I got like an updated pump or what. I guess I'll find out. All right. Let's get started. I have, by the way, I'm exhausted, so sorry for the red eyes and bags. Whatever. Okay. So I have this box, which I'm pretty sure has my infusion bags and syringes and that sort of thing. And then this one probably has my dressing change kits. And then I asked for a few extra supplies and needles to try out because so I don't know. I guess it'll be a surprise what's in here. So I have 2 sterile saline syringes, a bunch of heparin flushes, a bunch of saline flushes, and then these are all just my infusion bags. And so far the delivery is what I usually get. Nothing new in this box. So this one kind of feels a little bit heavier than what it normally feels like. So I'm not sure if there's an extra pump in here or a new pump, whatever. I got a new pump. I didn't even know this was coming. My pump, so I fell in the middle of the night trying to get up to go to the bathroom because I get really dizzy at night. And my pump would not stop beeping for like over an entire minute, and I took out the batteries and it was still beeping, and put the batteries back in, kept pressing on the off button and like reset and pause, and like it would not stop beeping. It was a continuous like flatline kind of beep. It kind of creeped me out. But anyways, I had to take out the batteries, and it kept showing like a checkered board screen on here. I had to take out the batteries and put new ones in and then press off. I don't know why, but that's what I had to do to make it stop. So, and I never reported this to my pharmacy. So I don't know if it just needs updated or what, but this one looks exactly the same. That's a checkerboard screen I kept getting on this pump. I'm not sure why they sent me a new one. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I wish they would send me like a charger because I always just have to replace the batteries. I mean, they send batteries, but I just wish they would send a cord so I could plug it in at night and like not have to worry about it beeping in the middle of the night and scaring me. So, got a new pump. Was not expecting this. I'm glad I did because I was a little worried that they were just gonna have me do like gravity infusions, which I don't know if I can do that with my type of infusions, but if I could, I wouldn't even want to because I don't think I can use an infusion backpack for gravity infusions. I don't know, I've never done them. Okay, so I got my normal port needles. I normally get those, but then I asked for like some other needles to try out. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this. It looks bigger and like bulkier. I wanted something smaller because I'm really tired. My dressing over my port just feels really big, like it takes up a lot of space on my chest, which isn't a big deal in the winter time when I'm wearing long sleeve and stuff, but in the summertime it's kind of bothersome. But I don't know, I guess I'll try this out, see if I like it. And there's some other stuff in here. I'm not sure what the exact name for these are, but they're just little caps that go at the end of my line whenever I'm not using it, and they have alcohol in them to protect it and keep everything nice and sterile. And oops. So I guess this is another one of these gripper needles. They're a little bit different. Woo! That is a big needle. Okay, so this one is, so the needle part's right here. This is similar to my current needles, which you can't really see them because they're covered, but it's very similar because this one that I just showed you is the same. It's a 22 gauge, which means the tubing is like the same diameter, and the length of the needle is the same. So I guess this one is just more like of a preference type of thing. But this one is a 20 gauge. This is 20 gauge? Ah, now I'm really confused. No. I don't know. If anybody knows, if anybody's watching this and anybody knows about port needles, please let me know what the difference is between these, because the gauge is smaller on here, but the needle length seems to be longer. So let me know if you know what this stuff is, because I really don't know. And then I also asked for some bio patches. Now I saw these on some other people's YouTubes. I cannot remember whose YouTube I saw them on, but I know what these are just because they put these on whenever I get my port access when I'm in the hospital, except they look a little bit different in the hospital. So these are supposed to protect your port site better than just putting a dressing over it, which is really important for me because I have a blood disorder that causes me to have a compromised immune system. My bone marrow does not produce white blood cells like it should, which white blood cells make up the immune system, and I get sick literally every month. And I am more prone to getting a fatal blood infection called sepsis if I don't protect this. So I wanted to be extra safe and get these. I'm not sure how they will feel, but okay. Kind of excited to try the new stuff out. I don't know. Kind of silly to get excited over that, but that's something that's going to feel a little bit better than what I have and more secure and safe. And then these are just extra, or not extra, but they're the line for my infusion. And there's one per infusion bag, of course, because you have to replace these with each infusion. And no, there is no charger for the new pump. There's just more batteries, and I have a ton of batteries, like a crazy amount of batteries. So I wish they would send a charger, but they don't. These need replaced with each infusion that I do. Next, I'm going to show you guys how I organize my supplies, because I get these deliveries every 2 weeks, and if either I get admitted to the hospital or my labs are okay, whatever, and like I end up with a lot of supplies. So, and like even just my 2-week supplies is kind of a lot, and at first I had them up on shelves on my wall, but my room felt too much like a hospital, so I put them in, I removed a bunch of stuff from my organizer drawers, like beauty supplies, nail polish, and that sort of thing. And I have now replaced it with my medical supplies so that my room feels more like a bedroom than a hospital. In my closet, I have all of my dressing change kits and syringes and that sort of thing. Down here, well, I keep my I keep most of these in my mini refrigerator because they stay good longer, and there's less of a chance of them going bad in there, especially since I sleep with a humidifier. They can overheat and go bad a lot quicker. And like I said, I am at risk for a fatal blood infection more so than other people, even with central lines, if they don't have the blood disorder. But anyway, so yeah, I keep my infusions in there. It would be really helpful to get something similar to this. Mine's really old and dirty looking, but it's actually been, I wiped it down with alcohol and everything. It's not really necessary to disinfect everything. It's just better to take precautions like that, since a lot of the supplies that's going in here has to stay sterile. Like I said, I have other ones in my mini fridge. Also, those are really good to use whenever I get fevers, because I get fevers pretty often, and to let them sit out for an hour, sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on the severity of the fever. And then I use colder infusions rather than my room temperature ones to bring down my fevers, and it works really well. I'm going to give you a little bit of a better look of how I organize my supplies. Okay, so all of my infusions kept down there. That's pretty self-explanatory. Gloves. These are my infusion line supplies. And I actually have to load the ones that I just got. In here I have a bunch of extensions. All of these are kept in there. I don't know why they keep sending me extensions because I told them I don't need any more. I was using them at first in the winter because since my line is a little bit less accessible, especially with a coat on, I would just put it like... So the extension made it so that my line would come out a little bit lower instead of like having to dig into my shirt. But the lines are a little bit too long and it takes longer to access my port and add an extension. It's just more time consuming than helpful. So I don't really use them anymore. But I have a bunch. And, oh, thankfully they did not send me extensions this time, so hopefully it stays that way. So I also keep needles in here and extra sterile syringes and my dressing change kits, my IV 3000. So I'll put all of my needles in here, my 2 new ones and my usual, and my bio patches. This is where I keep like all my sterile supplies. I mean, obviously the line and the inside of the bag is sterile. Everything has a sterile process, but these have all been sterilized. So keep all of that in there. Pretty much like my port access supplies is in here. And these, I guess it's just called a connector. I call it a white cap. I don't know. And then these I use, so if I am I drive for Uber, so if I'm working while doing infusions, there's a little pocket behind my driver's seat, and I put my infusion bag back there, and then I hook it around my seat as well. And so since it's kind of like secured there, it's very hard to take breaks and go to the bathroom and then like try to secure it all again. So I just hook one of these at the end of my infusion line, and then I put a green cap at the end of my central line, and voila, I don't have to take the bag into the gas station to go to the bathroom. Things like that. That's what these are helpful for. And I put all those in there. I have a bunch of alcohol pads up here as well. More alcohol pads. Yes, I know I can use better organization skills, but I don't care to right now because I'm exhausted, like I said. And also, I just need more drawers and new drawers because they're all cracked and broken. Please do not tease me about my snack disorganization. I know it's a crazy mess. But this is my mini fridge. My parents got it for me, and I'm really thankful for it because it allows me to stay at home more often rather than going to the hospital. Because I'm able to keep more infusions in here and other goodies for my health. I have Boost Plus to try and help me gain or at least maintain my weight. So I drink these in between meals, and then I, like I said, keep my other infusions in here, as well as ice packs for whenever I am traveling anywhere to try and keep my infusion at the correct temperature. Or sometimes I just use these whenever I have a headache because they feel really nice. Anyways, that's the end of this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it because I enjoyed making it for you guys. I enjoy informing you about my health. I enjoy spreading awareness. Obviously, it would be a lot better to make YouTube videos under different circumstances, but this is my reality. So anybody out there who is struggling with chronic illness, whether it's the same condition or a different condition, anybody who just wants to help a friend or a family member with chronic illness, or just is interested, I hope that this video was helpful to you. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe down below and like this video. I will be posting more videos very shortly. Thanks, guys.